With a smile, Officer Yao Muling confidently presents a wooden box. Inside the box is a futuristic syringe containing a newly developed, highly potent anti-mutation reagent intended to help treat severe combat aftereffects. Principal Mo Dongji, still bearing her dragon horns and blue facial markings from her recent intense battle, politely declines the immediate injection, stating she feels fine and will administer it later. Following the chaotic ambush, the outdoor training exam is officially cut short, and Lin Zichen and Shen Qinghan are seen pulling their suitcases as they safely return to school. Sometime later, Mo Dongji sits thoughtfully at her office desk with the medical supplies laid out before her. She ultimately decides to pack away the special reagent provided by Yao Muling for the time being. Adopting a serious tone, Mo Dongji addresses Lin Zichen, explaining that she fully expected the plant god cult's undercover spies to target him after he displayed such overwhelming talent during the camp assessment. Standing alongside Shen Qinghan in the office, Lin Zichen takes the opportunity to ask the principal about the true nature of the plant god cult and inquires about the specific biological level of the masked cultist elder they faced. Taking a calm sip of her tea, Mo Dongji shares a shocking piece of history. The plant god cult is the oldest known heretical organization, predating the appearance of exotic beasts on Earth, and they are actually the ones responsible for bringing the beast to the planet. This massive revelation leaves both Lin Zichen and Shen Qinghan visibly stunned, while Mo Dongji adds that the plant god cult also secretly pulls the strings behind many smaller factions, such as the rat god cult. Recalling her desperate struggle against the cultists' massive thorny vines, Mo Dongji explains that a high-level expert's true biological rank is a heavily guarded secret that can usually only be gauged through direct combat. However, to give Lin Zichen a frame of reference, she reveals that her own level is rare tier 3. Processing this terrifying power scale, a shocked Lin Zichen breaks into a cold sweat, internally realizing just how incredibly lucky he was that the formidable cultist only intended to capture him rather than kill him. Shifting to the main topic of their meeting, Mo Dongji's expression sharpens as she drops a bombshell. She reveals that she witnessed the entire fight where Lin Zichen effortlessly defeated the powerful advanced rank 6 cultist all by himself, completely crossing the vast gap in their power levels. Caught off guard and sweating nervously, Lin Zichen immediately tries to downplay the unbelievable achievement, hastily making up an excuse that the masked man was already severely injured and fighting at a much lower level. Exasperated by his constant deflections, Mo Dongji rubs her forehead and lightly scolds him for being far too cautious, noting his persistent habit of hiding his true strength from everyone. She advises him that while concealing one's abilities is a smart tactic for established experts, doing so as a student will only backfire by depriving him of valuable evolutionary resources and slowing down his overall growth. Standing up from her desk, she sympathetically adds that she understands his excessive secrecy stems from a lack of security and a justifiable fear of being targeted by malicious individuals. Walking over to stand beside him, Mo Dongji warns that his outstanding performance at the training camp, combined with the fact that the plant god cult specifically targeted him, will inevitably draw the attention of top national officials who are always looking to invest in promising prodigies. Placing a reassuring hand on his shoulder, she firmly advises him that the smartest choice he can make right now is to openly display his talents and secure a powerful backer to protect himself. Lin Zichen nods and agrees to her advice, but internally decides on a compromise. He plans to only reveal his physical and spiritual strength to the public, keeping his more heaven-defying system attributes a strict secret for now. Later, our guy arrives at his family's apartment building and calls out to announce his return. Stepping through the front door with his luggage, he is greeted by his surprised parents, Lin Yansheng and Zhang Wangxin. When his father asks why his month-long training finished in only 2 weeks, Lin Zichen casually explains that the camp was cut short. Thrilled to have him back, his mother immediately offers to cook his favorite meals. Later, as the family sits down at the dining table to enjoy a hearty feast, Zhang Wangxin gets his attention to share some good news. With Lin Yansheng affectionately placing a hand on his wife's stomach, the couple happily reveals that Lin Zichen is going to have a younger sibling. The sudden and unexpected announcement catches Lin Zichen completely off guard, leaving him staring blankly with a bowl of rice in his hands. Recovering from his initial shock, he asks if his mother is really pregnant with a second child. She joyfully confirms it, mentioning they just found out a few days ago and expressing her hope for a sweet baby girl. Blushing, his father explains their reasoning. He admits that ever since Lin Zichen and Shen Qinghan left for university, the house has felt far too quiet and empty. Since they didn't know how long they would have to wait for grandchildren, they decided to have another baby to keep them company. Seeing how happy and affectionate his parents are, Lin Zichen smiles warmly. He gives them his full support, reassuring them that it is a wonderful idea as long as they are happy, and noting that the family is financially secure enough to raise as many children as they want. Later, while relaxing on his bed and browsing a school exchange app on his phone, Lin Zichen reflects on his recent battles. He realizes that relying solely on physical strength is a fatal flaw, noting that he must also actively improve his mental strength so he won't be helpless against spiritual-type enemies. Deciding to further upgrade his advanced spirit attribute, he spends 800 of his school credits to purchase a large portion of 9-turn soul worm meat to consume for mental enhancements. Continuing to scroll through the shop, a specific item catches his eye: dimensional rat meat. He is taken aback by its incredibly steep price of 100 credits per pound. Reading the item's description, Lin Zichen learns that the dimensional rat is a muscular, squirrel-like exotic beast with a unique biological trait. An adult can store items up to 100 times its own body volume within its cheeks. His eyes widen with sheer excitement as he realizes the massive potential of devouring this meat, hoping that absorbing its essence will unlock a highly coveted spatial storage ability for himself. This exciting prospect immediately reminds him of the 9-tailed demon fox he fought in the forest. Remembering how she magically made a glowing collar appear out of thin air, he deduces that she must possess a similar spatial storage ability or item. While Lin Zichen sits on his bed looking at his phone, Shen Qinghan walks into his room and calls out to him. Looking surprised and excited, she brings up the shocking news that his mother is pregnant with a second child. Lin Zichen calmly accepts the news, jokingly saying that his parents were so impatient for a grandchild that they decided to just have another baby themselves. Shen Qinghan then slowly crawls onto the bed beside him. Blushing deeply and hoping for some romance, she is caught off guard when Lin Zichen suddenly says there is something much more important they need to focus on right now. Confused, she asks what he means. Holding a pen and a piece of paper, a serious Lin Zichen explains that they must look into the mysterious power she suddenly showed during their recent battle. This leaves Shen Qinghan looking a bit disappointed by his completely serious mood. Thinking back to the intense moment when she used her water powers to protect him from the flood, Lin Zichen points out that the glowing blue water drops around her formed clear shapes. He begins drawing, noting that the shapes looked a lot like some kind of text or symbols. Holding up his finished drawing of the strange letters, Lin Zichen explains that he drew them from memory so they could try to figure out what they mean. Shen Qinghan happily claps her hands, impressed by his memory and quick thinking. Lin Zichen takes a picture of the drawing with his phone, planning to search the internet to see if he can find any quick matches or useful info. Thinking about what to do next, he scrolls through his contacts and stops on Yu Yan and Liu Chuanwu. He figures that since those two spend their time researching ancient texts, they might know enough to identify the mysterious symbols. Shen Qinghan excitedly takes out her phone, suggesting they send the picture to her master. She believes her master's huge amount of experience and knowledge will easily help them figure out the symbols. However, her excited mood quickly turns into disappointment. Staring blankly at her screen, she realizes that even her highly respected master has absolutely no idea what the characters mean. Meanwhile, a sweating and speechless Lin Zichen checks his own phone. The two researchers he messaged, Yu Yan and Liu Chuanwu, only replied with confused meme stickers, showing that they are just as clueless about the drawing. Just as they seem to hit a dead end, Lin Zichen gets a new notification. He quickly taps on a short voice message that Liu Chuanwu just sent to their chat. Listening closely, they hear Liu Chuanwu say that the symbols actually look a bit familiar to him, though he cannot remember exactly where he has seen them before. He asks Lin Zichen where he found them. Liu Chuanwu explains that after thinking hard, he believes he might have seen similar symbols carved on some ancient items stored at his research institute. Even though he sounds very professional and helpful over the phone, Liu Chuanwu is actually relaxing on a fancy sofa, completely shirtless and surrounded by 3 beautiful women in revealing clothes. While drinking wine, he promises to check the institute's records first thing in the morning and let Lin Zichen know if he finds anything. One of the drunk women leans in close to Liu Chuanwu, playfully cheering and begging him to keep drinking with them until they are completely wasted. Hearing the loud flirting and bragging about really expensive alcohol coming through the voice message, a very annoyed Lin Zichen looks at his phone. He angrily mutters to himself that Liu Chuanwu should finish his partying before sending work-related voice notes. At the same time, the news of Lin Zichen's recent highly public battle at the training camp starts to spread. Across the country, several major powerful groups, including the Kyoto Li family, the Nanjiang Yuan family, the Machine God Group, and the Kyushu Military Region headquarters, have all received reports of his amazing performance. Seeing his huge potential, each group independently orders their men to keep a very close eye on the rising star. This sudden wave of attention reaches the criminal underworld as well. Inside a dark, traditional building, the great elder of the evil plant god cult stands in the shadows, holding a cane. With his mask's eyes glowing an evil red, he points out with dark amusement that Lin Zichen is becoming quite an interesting guy.